one of those days. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. At least Thursday, right? Yeah. Ooh, it's time to take a little walk. Yeah, it's time to walk a little while I do this. It's really funny today. I keep hearing this voice. To let go. So I'm thinking, let go. What am I holding on to? What is it? I'm trying to figure that thing out. Let go. But I do accept it. It's okay. Whatever it is, just let go and relax. So I'm really saying in my head, I guess sometimes we hold on to things without even realizing it. Because that's what I'm hearing in my head. I'm hearing that voice. Because all the emotions that I go through is right over here. So I was actually being asked a question this morning, had that little comment. So right about now, for the year, I think I have run 6,012 miles so far. So that's 6,012 plus 20. So that would be, I can calculate, 22. It was 632 by the time I'm done. But I'm about, right about now, 6,012 is what I'm at right now. That's the miles that I've accumulated this year. And those miles have come with books, you name it. It's just so intellectual. But today, the emotion that I'm actually feeling is letting go. So I'm thinking, what is it? What am I holding on to that I did not know about? And I just sort of been contemplating, debating, what is it? Look at this beautiful, beautiful faraway land that I'm actually getting the opportunity to run in. So when I come out here, thank you. Now, these days, because I want to be able to write back at the comments and look at things. So what I sort of do is I just read something out. And I kid you not, this year I have really pushed my, as you can hear the wind in the background, there's a lot of wind around here today. Apparently by the time I get done running, it will start raining, so I'll be out of it then. So tomorrow's Christmas, but today is letting go. I'm thinking, letting go of what? But I guess sometimes we do carry things with us without even realizing it. So it's like almost, like literally, what I actually wanted to say a lot of times, most of the time when I'm hearing this, like I have so much in my head from the reading, the debating, that I can literally speak for like 45 minutes. So I really had to cut it short. So letting go, and that's where all my quotes, I have never, in the last 10 years of my runs, I've never come out running without me having an emotion that I quote about afterwards. So in the last 10 years, what I'm doing right now, you can go back to 10 years ago and it's still the same thing. This year, I just really come out more on the social media stream. More just this year, but this thing has gone back to 10 years ago. You could see the same amount of miles, and even when I had the setback, injuries. So in the last 10 years, I probably can count in my fingers. I know I have not taken 500 days off yet. I'm always out, and that's just who I am. And this thing is like a journey to me, because what is so funny is we like to talk about mental health a lot, but what we don't talk about when it comes to mental health is the hard work that goes into readjusting your brain back to the way it's supposed to. We tend to think all our spiritual leaders have it, and in most cases, not they don't have it, they just don't understand it. I was thinking earlier, right now, I'm laughing because I did not like it. I was mad and angry. And boy, when I look back now, I think those were the best days of my life. But at the time, my intellectual thinking was different due to the miseducation that I've had. Where I look down on the Africans. It's even really funny that after many, many years of reading and just looking at things, and now when I look at it, look at that beautiful thing over there. Okay, I like that comment. Hey, what's going on? Let me see who this is. What's going on, Jazz? So when I look at how you doing, when I look at it now, I laugh at it. I remember those days too. I just love to go out and run. I would go for hours. But among the Nigerian community those days, when I go out for like 3 hours to run, so all I always hear is, what are you doing? Are you alright? Is there something wrong with you? So when you go beyond 8 miles those days, it's like, so I literally thought there was something wrong with me. And so I hide it, and I wanted to be a sprinter like everyone else, but it was just not my thing, just run. And so football took over because I know I can run as much as I can. And what is even so funny is those days when you're thin, it means you're suffering. So, but when you're overweight, 200 pounds, it means you're rich. So I used to want to eat. So I would eat and eat, then go and play football for like 6 hours, and come home and start praying to God that why am I not fat? I was crying too, and I did not understand it because I was really crying. I wanted to get fat because I wanted to look rich. But my activities, I can't gain weight because, especially during the holiday times, I would play football for 6 hours. But at the time, it was just a miseducation that I didn't know. And that's sometimes when I look at it, the colonials had their intention. And I think those days, the type of people that were around there, especially the ones that colonized, they gave out a lot of miseducation just to their own advantage. And I think a lot of people suffered the trauma many years later, but we just don't realize it. To most of us, we can actually come out and heal ourselves and reevaluate and not be angry and laugh about the whole situation, because for many, many years I wouldn't even tell people I'm African. I hate it, because I wanted to talk so properly. I was being taught we got to talk a certain way, we got to talk like this, we got to talk like that. So, and that's the thing that I rhyme with. So this whole running thing, it just came as a shock to me, especially weight just because it means I'm rich. But when I look back at it now, I laughed because it's absolutely amazing, the miseducation, and those miseducation, what it can actually do to this human psyche later is another thing, because those things, they never go away in your brain unless you actually take the time out to heal yourself. A lot of people hide behind that trauma because of money. They think the money will carry them through, but the reality is they never heal themselves mentally. So when I look back at all the things right now, when I look at my life, I blame nobody. All I could just do is just laugh. I think I've had a great life. Or the ignorance. I call it all my ignorant journey. When I look at it now, I just bust out laughing. When I look at my ignorant journey, I literally bust out laughing. I cannot stop laughing my head over that. You got to be kidding me. And it's just miseducation. And that's why it's very important to tell kids the truth. Very important. And especially when you are an African, growing up in the 70s and 80s in Africa, religion really, and people get angry when I say stuff like this, it's not to bash anyone, but religion really, and I'm not going to say any religion really miseducate. And on top of the miseducate, there's lots of abuse that was thrown upon it. And I think sometimes most Africans are still suffering from it today. And if we truly want to heal ourselves, we gotta come out. And the only way to do that is through exercising, embracing yourself. Many years ago, I would never wear bracelets like this because I was being told that, yeah, I'm worshiping the devil. And when I look back at it after studying so many years, and I truly find that peace and whereabouts, there's nothing called anger anymore. It's just, I look at it to be miseducation. And miseducation. And just laugh and move on. And that's just the way it is. So, and that's why when I look at all these things, when I look at this emotion that I'm going through right now, what I was talking about, how do I say this? When I'm talking about letting go, and especially to my families too, they really crack me up, because the time that I was mentally troubled is when most of my families and friends like me the most. Yes, the time that I was mentally troubled, the time that I was wilding out, the time that I was on my ignorant journey, I get a lot of love. But when I stop the ignorance and begin to seek myself, which I call self-realization, it's almost like I'm not allowed to do that. Because when you seek in self-realization, I kid you not, let's talk about mental health, you gotta do a lot of stretching, a lot of meditation, because that's the holistic one. So like all this that we do, we hide behind the drugs and we hide behind the material things, and that's why a lot of times we wake up one morning, someone is mentally, they drop dead, or next thing you know, they wake up, they have a heart attack. It's because a lot of time we never ever teach ourselves how to speak. What is bothering you inside, we never get to speak about it. So it's family time, which I'm saying right now. It's family time. And tomorrow, beautiful day, Christmas day. And don't always think the guy in the uniform has all the wisdom and knowledge. A lot of time, the people that actually understand this thing called the earth, the universe, are the ones that you truly look down upon. I have done a lot of soul searching, truly find that peace. This whole thing that we call God, spirituality, religion, means discipline. It's not all this just putting on your fancy clothes and just going there and think that's what it is. No. That's why when it comes to running, I laugh because I don't really say that, because there's something about running all these miles. But I'll never forget to say when I'm ready, because my inspiration source. When I saw a woman push out a baby, I knew I could run. And I kid you not, I have run a lot of emotion out of me. I laugh a lot these days. Everything is just so funny around me, because I'm like, I can't blame anyone for my situation. Whatever's going on in my life, I cannot blame nobody but me, because I had an opportunity. And that's what I've learned along this journey. And in total, it's 45,000 miles of journey of thinking, reading, meditation. And that's already 45,000 miles. It's not the amount, just the amount, it's just deeper than that. Self-realization is easy. It ain't easy. And the reason why I kept on doing this, honestly, is the fact that there's a book that I read called The Envy of the World. Everybody is racist towards black people. Black people don't like black people. White people don't like black people. Indians don't like black people. And I think to be disciplined and have a brown skin like this has an issue with a lot of people. They will make it look like, no, there's something wrong with it. No, I am that new Messiah right now. I'm your new Messiah. I come in a different form. So tomorrow, enjoy your holidays. And next year, I might try and see if I could get up to 7,000 miles. This year, I did a little 6,000 miles. So right about now, like I said earlier, I'm about 6,012 for the year. So it's that holiday. And I kid you not, this running thing. Oh yeah, I can run. I just don't get tired unless I want to. I can move. As a matter of fact, if I'm away, I can jog across the country right now. That all I have to do is just get up, sleep, and continue. And the reason why a lot of people are not taking it serious is because it's being done by a Nigerian. A Nigerian running long distance is absolutely doesn't even make sense. Is what it is. And I think that's because we've all forgotten who we are. So let me continue this run. Happy Christmas, celebrate. Get out of your colonial mood. And what can I say? One love.